Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here to discuss The Real Housewives of Dubai, Season 1, Episode 4. And before we get into it, it seems like the drama is finally heating up. I saw a lot of you guys comment how you're feeling like the season's kind of moving to a slow start. But baby, the end of this episode, it seems like the drama is really about to kick off with Caroline Stanbury and Lesa. But with all that being said, let's just jump right on into this recap because we don't have a minute to spare. So we start this episode off with Caroline Stanbury and Sergio, and they are checking out their new house. Remember that they were building it from the ground up. And of course, Caroline has to remind us in her confessional that their new home is going to be in one of the most exclusive and wealthiest areas in Dubai. She says that TV stars live there, their Prince of Dubai lives there, so good luck getting in. They're going over the floor plans with the architect and the interior designer, and now the interior designer makes a joke about how there's going to be guest rooms in the office and how they're going to have a baby room. So anyhow, Caroline's laughing it off, and then she wants to know when should they expect to be in their dream house. So the architect is like, oh yeah, you guys should be in here like in the summer of next year. So they're like, okay, cool. And now we see Sergio and Caroline just talking amongst themselves, and Sergio brings up how he wants to have a baby. Caroline says, look, you know I'm 45 years old. It's not that easy. We can have a surrogate. And Sergio shuts that down. He wants Caroline to carry this child. He does not want to surrogate any of that. So it's evident that Caroline is nervous as hell talking about this, and she even says in her confessional that if she cannot carry a baby for Sergio, she knows that he's going to be out, okay? It's going to be shout out to everybody, he have fun.
Oh! Shout out to everybody, I had fun.
I gotta be good.
If this were me, I probably would have said, Sergio, you and I can date. We can be boyfriend and girlfriend, but when you're ready to settle down and have children, then we'll have to part ways because I've been there, done that, and plus she's in her 40s. I just think that it's sad that Caroline feels this pressure, like I have to have this kid because if I don't, he's going to divorce me. And who wants to have that pressure of knowing that him staying is contingent on this one thing? And the fact that Sergio isn't even open to surrogacy, that's definitely added pressure. And as cool, calm, and collected as Caroline tries to act all the time, you can tell that she is nervous, like, oh my gosh, he really might leave me if I can't have this baby. So now we jump to the next scene with Caroline Brooks. I swear they look just alike. I want to see K. Michelle make a cameo if there's a season 2 because they are dead ringers for each other. So anyhow, Caroline Brooks is with her realtor and she's checking out spaces for her spa. So we see the first place, it's in a really great area and it's like 1,400 square feet and it's going for $17,000 a month. And then we see her check out the second location. It's a lot bigger, it's 2,000 square feet and it's going for $25,000 a month. So Caroline says that she's so excited to open up her spa because she noticed that there is a gap in the market when it comes to spas for women of color. I definitely think that Dubai is a great place to open up a spa because the money is definitely there, the clientele is there, and the fact that so many women in the UAE love spa treatments, cosmetic surgery. So there's definitely a big market for it, and I see Caroline Brooks making a lot of money.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
So Caroline Brooks really loves the second location. She says that she wants to sign on the dotted line and how the budget for this spa was $2 million, but they've gone over the budget. And we also find out that her ex-husband's going to be building the spa and her ex-boyfriend's going to be funding the spa. I said, I know that's right. And when Caroline Brooks said that, you know, she doesn't believe in failure, she always wins, and how she started doing real estate after her divorce and became a self-made millionaire after the first year that she was divorced, I said, now, there's a part of me that feels like Caroline Brooks is over-exaggerating because when she said in the first episode how she walked away with nothing from the divorce, I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. I don't believe that she got nothing. I think that she got a nice lump sum. Maybe it wasn't tens of millions of dollars, but I think that she got a little something and used that to springboard her real estate career. But at the end of the day, I am happy to see a Black woman killing it in Dubai, being a millionaire, okay? So that's a big deal. I'm definitely not gonna knock the hustle. So now we jump to the next scene with Nina. She's going to check on her husband at his office. Remember that her husband is in crypto, he makes a lot of money. And I have to say it again, Nina's husband is so handsome and he seems so nice. Nina, if you're watching this, girl, let me know, does your husband have a brother, an uncle, a cousin, a nephew? Let me know. I'm in New York, but I'll come to Dubai. But anyhow, Nina goes on to say that her husband is a workaholic. They used to have date nights all the time. Now they have date nights like twice a month. And then she goes on to add that her husband's business partner, Bijan, is pretty much like a second wife. Her husband and Bijan are always on the phone 24/7. And because of that, they're just super close. So then we see Nina and her husband discussing Bijan's upcoming birthday party. So we find out that the party's going to be over the top and cost around 6 figures. Now, to be honest with you, I was actually surprised when Nina said the party was going to cost high 6 figures. I was assuming the party was going to cost around 7 figures. And especially since everything is just so expensive in Dubai, I was very surprised to hear 6 figures. So now we see Nina and her husband going over her anniversary gift. She's getting a new car, a brand new Rolls Royce. She already has a Bentley, but her husband wants her to have a Rolls Royce. I said, I know that's right. Again, Nina, if your husband has a friend, a brother, an uncle, okay, let me know. So now her husband brings up license plates and if she wants to get a 1 or 2 digit license plate. Nina says, I really don't care. Just getting a Rolls Royce is great enough. Like, I really could care less about a license plate. Now, I know that 1 and 2 digit license plate numbers are status symbols in Dubai, but I'm just wondering, like, why are folks so pressed to spend millions on a 1 or 2 digit license plate? Like, who really cares? Listen, get me a Rolls Royce Wraith or a Bentley or a Porsche. Do you think I care if the license plate number is only 1 digit? No. Now listen, I live by the motto, if you got it, flaunt it, spend the money if you have it. I'm all for it. But even I couldn't wrap my head around spending $33 million on just a 1 digit license plate number. Like, $33 million, I'll spend it on a house. I'll spend that on 20 cars versus spending that for just a license plate number. And even Nina said, yeah, I can't wrap my head around that either. And I like to spend money. I said, girl, we're right here. Because, yeah, it's like, who cares? So now we jump to a cute scene with Ayan and her husband, and they're out on a date night. And so we learn more about how Ayan and her husband got together. Baby, we find out that Ayan was originally supposed to marry her cousin. She goes on to say that it's very common in her culture and how her cousin was really hot. So she goes on to say that the whole village was getting ready for her wedding. Everybody had the goats and the cows as, wedding gifts. And she says a few days before the wedding, she ran off to be with her husband, Chris. And I couldn't stop laughing at how she was calling him her Idaho boy. So Ayan tells us that when she ran off and married Chris, her mom was pissed. She felt like she embarrassed her whole family, the whole village, because in her culture, you're supposed to marry somebody from the culture. And the fact that she married a white man from America, it was like, wait, what? Like, are you serious right now? So then we also learned that Chris had to pay a dowry, and I think he had to give her family like $1,000. And she said back in those days, $1,000 was the equivalent of $20,000. But I said, in this life, you better go after what you want. That was extremely courageous of Ayan to just run off and marry who she wanted to marry versus who she was supposed to marry. And while I know she was probably scared to death and worried about what her family, what her village thought, in the end, she's the one who's happy. And that's really all that matters. But I'm glad that the family has come around to Chris and it's, one big happy family. Now we cut to a short scene with Caroline Brooks and her son. He's adorable, by the way. But they're at home, she's getting made up, and she's asking him how he's doing. And we find out that her son was being bullied by some kids at school. So we learn that he goes to public school in Dubai, and the public schools in Dubai are the equivalent of private schools in America. So, my heart really broke to hear that. I hate hearing kids getting bullied or being teased. That really pisses me off. And my first thought was, I really hope that the bullying isn't race related. Like, I hope he's not getting teased or picked on because he's biracial. And this is another reason why I'm scared to have kids, because I swear to you, it will be hell to pay. If somebody even thought they were gonna bully my future child, what? Like, I'll be down at that school. Listen, everybody's getting it. Like, I can't even imagine. I don't know how parents deal with that, because I'll be wanting to take everybody out. Like, don't even sit up here and make an excuse for why your child is being nasty to my kid. I'll never understand what possesses a kid to become a bully. Like, what are you seeing at home that makes that behavior okay to you? And I really get pissed off when I hear about how a kid is being bullied and then the parent of the bullied kid confronts the parents of the bully, and the parents want to act like, oh, not my child, or no, like that's not happening. And it's like, are you serious right now? I'm getting heated right now. I don't even have a kid. So now we see Caroline Stanbury and Sarah meeting up for lunch, and they're discussing Caroline Stanbury's wedding plans. And then she goes on to say how she's just surprised at this whole thing because since Sergio is so much younger than her, she would never expect that he'd want to marry her. Then she goes on to joke about how she has some serious baggage. She's divorced, she's 17 years older than him, she has 3 kids, so the fact that he loves her says a lot. But I said, yeah, while that might be so, Caroline, you even said in your confessional that his love is pretty conditional, because if you can't have this child, then he's going to be out. But anyhow, Sarah goes on to say that men see her as a threat, and how in her second marriage, her then husband didn't accept her child. Now, I'm always so curious when I hear things like that, right? Because when you're dating the person, don't you see the signs that this person doesn't care for your child? Like, do they pretend like they do love your child? Then you guys get married, and then it's a complete 180. Like, I'm always just curious about how that works, because I just feel like if I had a child and I was dating somebody and then I got married to them, before I even got married to them, I want to say I would see the signs if they didn't love my child too. Yes, no, let me know down in the comments. But when she said that, I was just like, oh my gosh. So now we get to the last scene of the episode, and it is the night of Nina's husband's business partner's birthday party. The party looks gorgeous, okay? I was like, they must have spent at least $2 or $3 million on this party. They spared no expense. They had the fireworks, they had performers, they had a stage. It was just gorgeous, just stunning. That's how you throw a party. Now, Nina says that the party cost high 6 figures, but I want to believe that it cost more than that. And now Caroline Stanbury and Lesa start talking. Caroline S. apologized to Lesa for not coming to her fashion show, and she goes on to say that, it's just been a lot because she's planning her wedding, and she's just been so overwhelmed, and Lesa knows that she's BSing her. I'm like, Caroline Stanbury, you claim that you don't care what people think about you and that you're straightforward, so be straight up and say, you know what, Lesa, I didn't come because with the mess between me and Ayan. Be honest. You know good and well you're lying, and you were not stressed out at all about this wedding, okay? Because we saw you popping champagne with Sergio, talking about I don't want to go because I don't want to deal with the drama. Like I've said in prior recaps, Caroline Stanbury is out of her element with these women. She's not used to being challenged. she's used to being the queen bee, the head bitch in charge, and the fact that she's around women with stronger personalities than she has, she can't take it. So Lisa's listening. She clearly doesn't buy what Caroline Stanbury is trying to sell. And she says, I mean, I felt a type of way because I just assumed that you had an issue with me. Then she goes on to say that whatever issue that Caroline S. has with Ayan, that's between them, not her. So now Caroline Stanbury says that she feels like Lisa just backs Chanel Ayan blindly. And when Caroline Stanbury went on to say that she's just so hurt by Lisa, I was like, girl, what are you talking about? How are you hurt all of a sudden? You used to love Lisa. Now all of a sudden you're just so hurt? Like what? She's the one who has the right to feel a way about you not coming to her fashion show at the last minute because what you did was shady. Now, mind you, while Lisa and Caroline Stanbury are hashing it out, Ayan and Sergio are sitting right next to each other and they're having a heart-to-heart. So Sergio's going on to say that he thinks that Ayan is a beautiful person and he wants them to, be on good terms. He wants Ayan and Caroline to be on good terms. And Caroline's looking at them at the corner of her eye. So now Lisa and Caroline Stanbury sort out their issues. They make peace. And Lisa realizes that she left her phone in the bathroom. So Ayan says, oh, you did? I'll go get it for you. So since Ayan is in the bathroom trying to find Lisa's phone, Caroline Stanbury makes a remark about how her husband is such an effing girl. She goes on to say, I saw you with Ayan. He just loves everybody. Now, since she doesn't like Ayan, she's irritated that her husband is getting along with Ayan. She wants him to hate her the same way that she hates Ayan. Then Caroline Stanbury keeps saying that Sergio has become one of them. And she's referring to Ayan and Lisa as them. Now, if that were said in front of me, I would have felt offended. Like, sis, what do you mean by he's become one of them? When you're referring to black women, you need to be careful on what you say, because it could be taken the wrong way. Okay? I know you were trying to be snarky and shady and sarcastic, but watch what you say. I didn't like that them comment either. And Lisa was like, girl, what do you mean by that? Who's them? And Lisa and Sergio were sort of like holding hands while this was going on. And it was just playful. It was just fun. Nothing serious. And so Caroline Stanbury says, well, I hope she sucks your referring to Lisa. Lisa had me screaming in her confessional because she said, now, girl, I know you don't do that at home, but trust me, if I did it to your man, he wouldn't want to come home. Lisa handled that a lot better than a lot of people would have because that was just beyond disrespectful of her to say. Even Sergio was looking at her like, girl, what the F? Like, what are you talking about? So now Caroline Stanbury goes off to cool down and Sergio follows behind her. So now Ayan comes back from the bathroom. She found Lisa's phone. And so Lisa tells her what just went down. So Ayan says, wait, what? She said that? Like, she's just so evil and so dark-hearted. So now Caroline Stanbury comes back to the table and she's denying ever saying any of this stuff 7 minutes ago. I'm like, girl, are you suffering from memory loss or something? Because you just said that. And she was literally like, no, I didn't say that. Like, when did I say that? It was like, girl, are you okay? I know you didn't have that much to drink, so you can't even blame it on the alcohol. So now Caroline and Lisa get into it yet again. And now Caroline and Sergio walk off for the second time. Caroline's talking about, she wants to kill all them under her breath. I'm like, girl, you're the one starting all the drama. How are you upset? So mind you, even though Sergio and Caroline are a few feet away from them, they can still see everything that's going on. So Ayan starts calling after Caroline Stanbury, and she's like, Caroline, I never wanted an issue with you. I don't have a problem with you. You have an issue with me. So now Caroline Stanbury walks back over and she says, I think it's a miscommunication because I don't have an issue with you either. So now Ayan says that she wants to build a relationship with her, and then Caroline brings up the hen party. So now Ayan says, I wasn't mad that I wasn't invited. I was mad because I don't like to feel excluded. So I'm like, Ayan, just admit it. You obviously did feel a way about not being invited to the party. Now, also, I have to get on you for a second, Ayan, because for you to be a bad bitch like you claim to be in 4 languages, why are you so pressed about Caroline Stanbury being your friend? That's one thing that really gets on my nerves across all the franchises. Like, these women really have an issue when it comes to rejection. Like, they claim like, oh, I don't care, I'm so tough, I'm so this, I'm so that, but they really get out of sorts when somebody does not like them. And to see Ayan groveling for Caroline Stanbury's friendship, it was like, really? You were just talking about her in these last 3 episodes, now all of a sudden, I want to be your friend, you know, I don't have an issue with you. It's like, which one is it? If you always wanted to be her friend, then just say that. But to say, you know, I don't like her, she's this, that, and the third, I don't care about her, to now all of a sudden, you know, I don't have an issue with you, you know, I just want to be your friend. It was just like, really? That really got on my nerves. So now Ayan and Caroline S. share a hug, everybody's cheering, and now we see them all on the dance floor partying, having a good time, the fireworks go off, the party is lit. So we see Ayan in her confessional saying that she looks forward to this friendship with Caroline Stanbury, but she's still giving her a side eye. And I was like, well, girl, what's the point of being friends with her then? Because I don't want anybody in my circle that I have to keep tabs on like that. And then we close the episode out with Lesa saying, while she's happy that Ayan and Stanbury have made up, Stanbury is now on her shit list. I said, well, ain't that a mess? Because now Ayan and Caroline S. are cool, and now Stanbury and Lesa are on the outs. You can't make this up. I wonder how that's going to affect Lesa and Ayan's friendship. But y'all, that was the episode. I'm excited to see the rest of the season. I guess we're at the halfway mark because we know how it goes. First seasons are usually 8 episodes long, and we're already halfway there. But y'all, I'm liking Dubai a whole lot. It looks like it's going to be even more drama. I can't wait. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed my recap, and you guys already know what to do. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Bye.